Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Flaminia and I'm a native from Italy, and this is the podcast where I talk about all of my knitting projects. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. It has been, again, kind of a long-ish time. I think it has been like more than a month since I've last recorded a podcast, maybe a month and a half. This summer, it has just been a roller coaster of things, and I am moving to Scotland in 2 days, and I don't even have that much time to record this episode, and I have a ton of knitting to share. So either this will be an all finished objects video, and then I'll just, because some finished objects won't come with me to Scotland, so if I don't record now, I'm not going to show them, but then I'm going to bring my whips with me so I can always share those in a later stage. I really hope that you will be interested in knowing what I've been doing, even if so much time passed. I'm so happy. Look at this pile. Just a little spoiler, and I think can get into the knitting and go from the most exciting thing to the least exciting things, because I've finished some head accessories that they're cool, but they're not the reason why I wanted to record this video. I kind of put recording this video off also because I had put this specific thing vacuum sealed in a bag, and I was like, oh my god, I had to record the podcast. Am I stupid? Very exciting announcement. I finished my first sweater design and I've decided on a name for it, and I hope that today I can get to starting to grade and write the pattern up for this. I am excited, so let me show it to you. And some changes have been made, and so just let me talk about it. This is the beauty that we are in question. Appreciate it. Take a look. You may be able to see, I'm not sure, that this sleeve, it has loose ends still, because I have had some hiccups with the sleeves, but one thing at a time. I think I'm ready to share the name with you guys. I was just talking to so many people about the name, and I got so many suggestions. I was talking to my buddy Mathilde from Nestled in Knits, and I really wanted to suggest her channel to you guys, but I just haven't been making videos. But her videos are so good, and she's such a cutie, and she's so nice, and we've basically spent one evening just trying to come up with names for this. But hey girl, I'm here to tell you that none of the options we've discussed are making it into the final round. I don't know, I always hear designers, those people that design and also podcasts, that say, yeah, the inspiration just struck me and I knew this was the right name, and I was like, this is never going to happen. But actually it did. I was just scrolling through some family. I wasn't scrolling because I wasn't on my phone. I was going through some paper photos, printed photos of my family when I was from 20 years ago, when I was little, and I've just seen this picture. It was so cute. It was with a picture of me and my grandfather, from my father's side. Like, all of my grandparents are now gone, but like, past me the term, he was my favorite of all. And like, I don't know, I still to this day remember how much I love him. You know, is one of those things. I really loved him and I miss him so much. Like, sometimes I think like if he was here, like he would be so like he would be helping me so much. Like, I know that, but besides from the point, basically when I was young, like little, not young, when I was a toddler, you know, that stage, I only wore pink. Like, there wasn't a chance I had pink underwear, pink socks, pink leggings, pink shirts, pink like what's it called, like tracksuits, everything pink. If it wasn't pink, I was disgusted. Okay, I don't know why though. No, please. Oh, that's hopefully better. No. Like, the window is closing. And there is a giant hornet, so I'm not gonna open that again. But basically, fun fact, the first sample that I knitted of this design was for my brother. And I was like, yeah, but I don't think I wanted to call it, like, his name is Alessandro. I don't think I wanted to call him the Alessandro sweater, you know, something like that. But actually, like, his name and my grandfather's name are the same. Like, the first name is the same and the surname is the same, so they're called the same way. LOL. So I was like, ooh, that's actually a great thing, because I didn't like, when I was little, I called my grandpa Sandro instead of Alessandro, and I didn't know that, you know, I thought that Sandro was his full name, which is very funny. But you know, when you're little and everybody calls somebody in a certain way, you're like, oh yeah, that's your name, like, I'm not even gonna ask. So I thought this was just perfect, and this is pink. And he used to call me like his pink child, like translated from Italian, like La Bambina Rosa, I guess. It's like my pink child. And this is my first pink sweater that I knitted in my life. So, like, you know, like, everything combined and like all the planets aligned, and I thought that this was the perfect name. I would really want to call this like the Sandro sweater, but at the same time there is this I think clothing brand that is called Sandro or Sandro, I don't know, maybe it's French. So like, when you search on like the hashtag on Instagram, like, it's already taken, because like the brand, I guess, used the hashtag for advertisement and stuff. So I'd be maybe calling this pullover, even if it's not a word I usually say. So say hi to the Sandro Pullover, my first to-be sweater pattern. And I am so happy of taking some beautiful picture wearing this with my boyfriend. It was so cute. We were on holiday and it was like 35 degrees, and I was like, this is hurting so much, but can you take me like some picture in this? And he was like, yeah, of course. And it was like, you know, doing all the photographer stuff, like moving around. I was like, yeah, but like, I'm reading all the pictures, I don't know how to pose. Like, I'm very bad at taking pictures, but the scenery was amazing. We were in the Fusine lakes in Friuli Venezia, up north in Italy, and they were amazing, and I was dying inside, but you know, what can you do? You have to do it for the gram. So I've taken some beautiful pictures that I'll insert. And let me talk a little bit about the construction of this. As you may be able to see, this is a drop shoulder sweater. I think this construction in particular is called like European shoulder construction, the one where you increase to slope the shoulders. So you cast on here, you increase in pattern, and then you knit straight a little bit, and then you do some armhole increases, and then you put the back yoke stitches on hold, and you pick up to knit the two front panels, and there are some short rows here, as you may be able to see, and I think they really do make a difference on how the shoulders fit. And so yeah, short rows, and then you knit straight for a little bit, you do some, you know, neck shaping, you cast on stitches, you keep going, and you do armhole shaping, you join in the round, and you knit the body in the round. Then for the sleeves, I knew that I wanted them to have some short rows in the like sleeve cup, because I think even if this is a very oversized sweater and technically is not needed, I think it just makes so much sense. It just makes so much more sense, because hear me out, like when it lays flat it's easier to show, but like, can you see how with short rows, like the angulation, the angle of the shoulder and the sleeve are like straight? Do you see what I mean? But without short rows, the sleeve would have been like this, and oh my god, this is so hard to explain, but like the shoulders would be like this and the sleeve like this. But if you do short rows on your sleeves, the shoulders are like this and the sleeves are like this, which I like more. And I think it really helps the fit out. And so I did that, and I had to frog a couple of times, because the first time I didn't think that, you know, usually your like stitch count should be a somewhat multiple of your like stitch pattern repeat. I think this is a 13 stitch repeat. So like, you know, I just got the number and divided that by 13, and then I was like figuring out how to like slide it to make it like fit correctly. But then while like you knit straight for a little bit and then you start decreasing, but then when I started decreasing, I realized that usually you want your pattern to be symmetrical, like respect to, oh my gosh, the Italian is creeping in, but like symmetrical to the center, like to your beginning of round. So I went back and did everything again, and it turned out. So yeah, I just wasn't thinking about it, you know, first time designing sleeves in the round, so that was an hiccup. But I don't know, once I finished the first sleeve, I put a poll on Instagram. I was like, is this too fitted for how oversized the body is? And like 70%, no, even more, I think 85% of people said no, but like that they were fine. But like 3 people said yes, like they're too small. So I was like, and you know, if you ask yourself that question, it means that you think that it is true a little bit and you want some comfort. I think, you know, if you see something that you could improve, you should do it. So and I was just about to to shoot myself, I'm gonna be honest, because I was like, I did the math, okay? I did the math and it was correct for once, because we know that like not every time it goes how you know you plan things, but this time it was correct. And I checked it like 15 million times, but I was like, why then? Like I used my gauge and how big I wanted the sleeves to be, and I calculated how many stitches I wanted, and like everything was right. But I was like, why does the actual sleeve like measure smaller in circumference, but like not by, I think by 5 centimeters, something like that? I knew this, but I didn't ever check, and I didn't ever think that it was this important, but apparently it is, especially if you're trying to design something and you're like, well, if I design something and then it doesn't turn out as I said, then what's the point, you know? So basically, instead of having 22 stitches, gauge, I had a 24 stitch gauge on the sleeves, so it was a lot smaller. And it made me like, I don't know, like I was happy that I figured it out, but at the same time I was like, it's not that I made, you know, a mistake and it makes sense to rip out. I'm like, I have to rip out to knit looser. And I'm like I don't know if you get what I mean. Like, for example, with my Barbara blouse, it made sense that I had to frog because I knitted a completely different size. Still hurts, but you know what I mean. Like, it makes sense. Like, how else am I going to fix this if not by unraveling? And also this, like, how am I gonna fix it if not like unraveling the whole thing? But it's just like, the only difference is that I should like knit looser. And this like it hurts a little bit, you know? So the only difference really, like, I think decreased 2 stitches less on the second sleeve. But the really only difference between the first sleeve and the second sleeve is that I just thought to knit looser on the second sleeve and it just turned out as it should. But so I still have to rip back the first sleeve to knit it correctly. But what happened is that I broke. It didn't broke, it broke. Like, you know, I didn't do it, it broke. It just broke. My, like, sleeve circumference needles, like the cords, broke again. I don't know why. They keep breaking. But basically, I don't have any more of that. Of those, like, cords size thing. So, like, if I frog it now, I'm not... Like, I want to take pictures and, like, you know, bring it to places. So I was like if I forget back, like, when am I going to add the sleeve back? So I just kept it like this. But I am going to, like, when I go to Scotland, I'm going to purchase a new cord and then re-knit the sleeve looser so I can test my own pattern writing, I guess. I'm going to try it on briefly, very briefly, because it's very warm. Just to show you how it fits. Please don't mind my pants. Which one is it? Sleeve number 1, sleeve number 2. Much better, I think. It's also longer, and you know, if I turn to this side so you cannot see this, I love this. And since the last time I redid the collar, it's sitting so much nicer and it has so many less stitches and it takes so much less yarn, so that's better. I still might take off in the actual pattern a couple of stitches on the cast on, but yeah. And the yarn that I used is Drops Daisy in the color 06, light pink, something like that, and I really like this. And now, like, don't mind the fact that I'm a bit tanned, so it's like this, and my state in general is not the best, but I think this color would suit me a lot. And you think I like here the short rows, and I love this. I'm obsessed. And please keep your eyes peeled for the tester call. It's not gonna come like super soon because I have a lot to do. I have to settle in a new country, which is not the easiest thing for me, at least. And so, like, I hope to have the test call ready mid to late September for this, because I still have to do basically everything. And I think I'm going to, like, the grading is gonna take a bit long because I think I want to add 2 more sizes in the, like, smallest range of things. Yeah, because like sizing really confuses me, and you know, it's easier to just have a regular interval in your sizes. And I don't know, sometimes I see people struggling, like adult sized people needing the extra small or the extra small, and still like having a garment that's way bigger than, you know, what they would want for some reason. So like by grading to 2 extra smaller sizes, you get the you also give the option to like size down if somebody needs it. And 20 minutes in, this is the first finished object. But yeah, let me know if you like it, and like please give me some feedback, because like I worked really hard on that, and sometimes my brain was about to explode, even if like the major, like most part, that, how's it called, like most of the work is still to come. But you know, what can you do? Then if you've seen my last video, which wasn't a podcast, it was a project vlog, which was a bit like delulu and goofy, but it is a pretty exciting finished object. I finished my first blanket. I finished my excavation blanket. I am not going to open this for you because it is a nightmare to fold. I mean, am I? It is very cool. Yes, I think I am going to. I'm sorry. Here are all of the things. This is half of it. And this is so stretchy. This is all of it. All of the details on this are on that project blog. I also like counted how many stitches I had knitted in this, how much it weighs, and you know, all of this fun specs. And maybe something I should tell you is that for blocking, I just like filled up my bathtub, and I just squeezed it in because I wanted this to come out clean, because it has been on the needles for so long and it has been in weird places for a long time. So I wanted this to actually clean this, so I put a lot of soap. I just went like that and just squished it just to really make the soap soak into the blanket. And then I rinsed it to my best. I took out some water by like squeezing it, and then I ran a spin cycle on the washing machine, and this basically came out almost dry. Like half a day it was totally dry. You know, the 40 degrees really help with drying things in the summer, but you know what I mean, it just did really help. And so I'm telling you, if you have some knits which are particularly big and chunky and hard to dry, like the spin cycle doesn't ruin your knits, because it spins so fast that it pushes your garment to the walls of the washing machine, and the garment just stays still, and then just the water comes out of it. So that's a really cool way of doing it. And I still like the rolling things in the towels because it makes me feel more involved in the process. But you know, if you don't like to do that, this is an option, and don't be afraid. I think I used 1200 spins. I'm not really a washing machine girly. I'm sure I'll become a washing machine girly, but I'm not an expert on the terms. So you know, there are many numbers you see, and yeah, I went with the 1200 option. So this is the second finished object, and this third finished object is the cutest thing that I've ever made in my entire life. So basically, a friend, like my mom has a friend, and her friend is a daughter, and the daughter is pregnant, and we went on vacation together. So we went to Turin, and there is a very like well-known yarn shop in Turin, which is called, the shop is called like this surname of the family that owns it. It's like Albozzi Filati, something like that. I hope I'm not saying, I mean, I'm sure I'm not saying it wrong, like, you know, I'm Italian, so probably that's the right pronunciation, but I don't know if that, you know, it's the right surname, so I hope I'm saying that right. And this is what I made, and I was sure that Petite Knit had a baby version of her Celeste sweater. Turns out that she has a toddler version. So, but the pattern is knitted in DK yarn, and this is like it's basically a superwash version of the Knitting for Olive Merino, but you know, it still doesn't feel like that super squishy kind of superwash yarn. So I really liked working with it, and I suggested, and the name of it, it's like somewhere because I don't have time to go get the tag. But oh my gosh, look at this. This is I did a gauge swatch on 3mm needles, and I knitted the color work on 5, and like, look how good the color work looks. And if I think that I made it with superwash yarn, I'm like impressed with my skills. I did go up a needle size though, so it's not like cinching in or doing weird things, so that helped a lot. And these are the colors that I used. I also, like the baby, I think like the future mom was 5 months pregnant, and we had basically the same size belly. Like when I'm bloated and I eat a lot, that's the size of my belly, but she was pregnant 5 months, so I guess she's a girl, she will be a girl. Like, I don't think she's going to be very big, but anyways, I did do a slit. I was thinking about doing it deeper, so like seeking the color work, but I'm like come on, like this stretches a lot. Like how big this baby's head can be, you know? So yeah, I knitted the 4 to 5 year olds, so that with my gauge I achieved the like measurements 0 to 3 months, so newborn. And this is the cutest thing I've ever done in my life. Look how pretty this looks. And I didn't choose the colors, actually my mom chose the colors, and she did really good. And I also did the short rows of option in the back, and you can see a bit of rowing out, which is weird, but that's maybe because I'm trying to not knit as tightly, so that's maybe why. But yeah, I think this looks so pretty. So I used 3 and 3.5mm needles, and like I cannot stop touching it and looking at it because this is so pretty. And I used like so little of the like contrast color yarns. I am thinking that I should make the mom a matching one, but like her due date is in January, around like New Year, so I don't think I have the time to make an adult size. Like, she's pretty small still, like the mother. She's not a big human being, but still, you know, not the easiest thing to do when, you know, I should also bring the contrast color yarns with me and buy in Scotland the main color, and that's also like, I don't know, that's expensive, so I don't know if I want to do it. But yeah, I think I'll maybe knit a couple more baby knits for the baby with the contrast colors and then see what else, I don't know. Next finished object, I wore it in the last video, so you've seen it, but I haven't talked about it. This is the Penelope kerchief, and I used the leftover yarn from my Petal Drops camisole, and it is tencel bamboo fine, held double. So normally it's a fingering weight. Like this, it is a decay weight. I haven't made the, like, I think I've made like the toddler size, is it? Because like I've seen, like I've never worn a kerchief in my life, and still this I worn once. So I was like, I don't know if I wanted this to be like overwhelmingly big. So I'm just going to go with my, with my heart and see how big I want to make this. And it is worked like from the point to the top, and it is like, now that I'm looking at it, this like a bamboo-y, very JP yarn, like look how gorgeous it blocked out to be with the lace. So I highly suggest blend fiber yarns for lace, and it looks quite like striking and impressive, but it's actually really easy. I'm not that confident in my, like, not that I'm not confident, but I haven't made too many lacy pieces, and this was very easy. Then I'm speeding up because I am running very late, and this is something else that I finished, and it is it's a December bow. I've always dreamed about having a white December bow, like to wear in my hair. So I haven't weaved in the ends because I still have to find a clip to attach it to, and my yarn was not like enough to complete the bow as to pattern, and this is like how much I had left of my yarn ball scrap, and this is particularly satisfying because I'm very bad with my yarn management. So whenever I see that like something kind of works out, I'm impressed. And yeah, I actually also discovered that I made like 1 or 2 December bows in the past, and I've always like tied them wrong, so this is the right way to do it. This is fun. This looks so pretty, and yeah, it's December bow by Petite Knit, and yes, this is a different yarn because of course I finished the white with the bow, and I was like how different can it be? It is a bit different, but like, come on, like if I didn't point it out to you, you would, I don't know, I don't think people would notice it. But yeah, these are the finished object. I'm also going to show quickly I think a whip that I'll finish today or tomorrow, because I cannot bring it to Scotland because it's a summer dress, and what the heck am I going to do if I finish this summer dress in Scotland? Nothing. Here is my camisole number 4 dress. I don't think I've shown this in the last video, so ta-da! Here it is. It's like till the underarms and the joining in the round part. It is the camisole number 4 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. The rest I've just like I've shaped it in weird ways, so I guess this is a camisole number 4 dress. Like first modification that I've made, but like I don't know if it's permanent. I've decided to make some I-cord ties for the straps because I've seen people like lamenting the fact that their camisole number 4 and the straps, they stretch a lot, and if the camisole stretches a lot, the dress is going to stretch out even more because it's way heavier, especially this one, because you know, so different straps, same triangles, but actually not really, because I'm doing an in-between size, between size small and medium. I think I didn't want this to be like too fitted like the small, but didn't want to be too loose like the medium, so I was like, let's do an in-between size. And I am also doing a project vlog for this, so if you want like a full in-depth video, and I think the number is, I think, go like it's coming, okay? It's coming. Like, please bear with me, it's coming. Then I've made some waist shaping, like decreases, and then I didn't start increasing right away because I like my dresses always are always shorter in the back, and that bothers me so much. So yes, I've made some short rows in the back, which can you see, like here maybe? But yeah, so the back, when I wear it, the back is as long as the front. So yeah, and then I did some hip increases, and then I'm doing like a circle skirt, a round skirt, and of course this takes a long time, but I think that I think this is like, I'm basically showing you a finished object. Like, let me pass the term. So I still have to knit this much of the skirt and then I'm done. So I'm going to do this today. So here is how the finished dress turned out. This is before blocking, and I think this is super cute. I love the way the skirt fits and how it fits overall, and I kind of love the ties at the straps for now. I think I'm gonna leave them for now. I always have the option to shorten them if I want. And this is the after blocking. Look how much more drape the fabric has. And if you do want to know some more detailed information about this dress, stick around because the project vlog is coming soon. And I also forgot to mention that in this time I also finished the zipper sweater that I want to gift my brother for Christmas. I sewed the zipper on and finished the sleeves. So here it is. And this is it for today's episode. And if you want to stick around, please subscribe, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!